Hello all and welcome to another Kevin Entertainment video. It's Art here with the book review for Double or Nothing by Kim Sherwood. The first of the Double O novels. I'm going to readjust myself here, so you have to pardon me for a second. But this is the first of the Double O novels set in the 007 world that doesn't include 007 in it. So they say, even though he's mentioned a ton in the book, Kim Sherwood heavily leans on 007 and the name of James Bond very, very much. I pride myself on being brutally honest in my book reviews. I tell you when a book is excellent and I tell you when a book is terrible. This book is terrible. I'm going to list out the reasons why. I so badly wanted this book to succeed because I absolutely adore, love the world of James Bond. I adore, love the Ian Fleming character of James Bond. I wanted more in the Bond universe. However, Kim Sherwood swings and misses on the first entry, and the toothpaste out of the tube. The book is not good. The book is just not good at all. It suffers from a lot of first-time writer problems, which this is Kim Sherwood's only second book she's ever written. From what I could find on GoodReads and other book sources, this is her only second ever written book. She's a self-proclaimed Bond fanatic, and I think that's a Bond film fanatic, because there's many nods in Double or Nothing to the Bond film, like the original stunt coordinator, his name is used as a character in the book. The original Bond director, his name is used as a character in the book. And one thing I would advise Kim Sherwood is that the literary world of James Bond and the movie world of James Bond, while you would think they would be the same, they're diametrically different. The world of James Bond in the films is about explosions, it's about action, it's about intrigue, it's about making a good movie. The literary world of James Bond is about being a good espionage novel. It's about being dark, being gritty, being heavily masculine at times. It's a wholly different beast. While they may share some similarities, they are completely different. One of the things she does in the book that I think completely missed the mark is, instead of introducing like 2 or 3 00s who are searching for 007, along with Bill Tanner and M and Q and Miss Moneypenny, you know, the characters around the Bond universe that we know, she introduced, like, at last count, like 12 or 14 00s. There's 000, there's 0011, there's 004, 005, 008, 009, 0022, and I'm not joking. Like, she spends so much time introducing everything in the world, and maybe it's because she wants to make this into a series, or she was commissioned into a series, but she forgot to make it a compelling book to read. If you ever read any of the Ian Fleming James Bond novels, or for that matter, most of your contemporary Bond novels except for Devil May Care by Sebastian Faulks, the plot pushes forward. Even in Devil May Care, Sebastian Faulks does push the plot forward. There are times in this book, in many of its chapters, there's 11 hours and 5 minutes in the audiobook format and about 344 pages in the physical book format. There's a lot of times where she's giving backstory, background, and the story is like stumbling to get out of the starting blocks. It's not. It's all detailed. It could all be interesting, but ultimately it leads to the road to nowhere. So that's why I say this book is faulty, this book is bad, because it doesn't tell a cohesive spy story. If it's going to be in the James Bond universe, it can have different characters with different quirks, different, and you can change up the formula and make the formula different, but it has to still adhere somewhat to the Bondian formula, because it needs to have cohesiveness and it needs to be going somewhere. The Ian Fleming books, the Raymond Benson books, even Sebastian Falk's terrible book, Devil May Care, all went somewhere in the end. You may not like where it went, but it all went somewhere in the end. This one just kind of, the ending just kind of drops out of nowhere. It is, it is very befuddling to follow as a reader, because you switch from 00 agent to 00 agent. You do follow two agents more than you follow the rest, but when you switch, it's jarring, it's not accurate, and she's building up too much of a world and can't pay it off in one book. Now, granted, you may say that, yeah, but that's because she's going to pay it off in later books in the series. But if the first book doesn't do well, who's to say that the book was selling enough for there to be a series? It just came out in April 11th here in the States, and it came out in October of last year, 2022, in the UK. And I wanted this book to rock so hard. I wanted this book to be awesome, and it just isn't. I don't know how else to put it. It just isn't. It's not. I'm not going to tear down the person of Kim Sherwood, because she may turn out to be an excellent writer one day. And she may be an excellent writer of another genre. But espionage, spy thrillers aren't for her, at least not at this stage. I would have personally picked somebody who had experience in the field, somebody who you could definitely tell was in it for the love. And I'm not saying that Kim Sherwood wasn't in it for the love. You can definitely see her love for the Bond franchise. However, like I said, I think it's the film franchise and not the written franchise. I would have loved to see it be more of a darker, grittier book. I mean, for God's sake, a lot of these people just lost their best agent in 007. They don't know where he is. James Bond, they don't know where he is. For a long period of time, like 16, 17 months, they don't know where he is. And you would think that that would be the driving force of what is carrying on the book. And it should be, and it acts like it at times, and then all of a sudden it sputters and stops. The one thing she did do that I can understand that she did is she created her own bad guy group. I get that. And that may turn out to be excellent long term. But, and I love the idea, I love the premise of playing in the 007 world without 007 being there. It gives you so much freedom to do what you want to do, but focus that freedom into one coherent thought. And that's where Double or Nothing fails miserably. And fails as a book. She may have just had too many toys to play with, had too many ideas, and got lost in the sauce. And who knows, if she writes a second book, it may be more concise. It may be better. I'm not going to say that it may not be better, but I would argue that this book is so bad, it doesn't deserve a second book. You have one chance to make a good impression, and the toothpaste is out of the tube already on that one. The toothpaste is gone. You can't make a second, you can't make a first impression a second time, and it's just not good. It's a hard pass on my scale. I even canceled my physical pre-order from the bookstore. It's a hard pass on my scale. It is a 1 out of 5 on the GoodReads scale. This book, as a spy thriller itself, is at best words abysmal. This is not an attack on the writer herself. This is an objective look at the book and the very, very many problems the book has. If you'd like me to go through a spoiler-filled deep dive of where the book went wrong and how the book went wrong, leave that in the comments down below. Leave in the comments down below what you thought of Double or Nothing when you read it. Let me know that in the comments down below as well. I wish Kim Sherwood luck. I hope she gets another shot at it, and I hope she focuses the beam of her writing into a better book. Maybe even give her a shot at writing a Bond novel where it's a more rigid playground, so that she can kind of see the rigidness and then go back to the freedom of writing a 00 series book. Because we know spin-off series work. We've had them. We've had the Moneypenny Diaries. We've had the Young Bond series. So we've had spin-off series. They work. They fit. They're awesome. This, however, was far less than awesome. This is a hard pass. It's a 1 out of 5 on the GoodReads scale, and I only give ones out when it's deserved. And unfortunately, it literally breaks my heart to give this book a 1, because I wanted this book to succeed and be awesome so bad, and it just completely fell flat on its face. Until next time, happy reading to us all. I'll see you again soon, and peace.